Get the fuck out of here. You can go fucking anywhere, but you out of here. Whoever's not with us, all you fuckers go to hell.
If you ain't with us, you're against us. This is all the moments that Michael Jordan took personal.
Hit him.
As you know the meme.
Chuck Daly. So this is a Jordan rule. Every time you go to fucking basket, put him on the ground.
Yeah, the boys referring to the Jordan rule.
How bad do you want it? Are you willing to be injured?
The Detroit Pistons used to play very, very rough
We tried to physically hurt
in the late 80s, early 90s.
How legitimate was the hatred between those Bulls teams and those Pistons?
Oh, I hated him. And yeah, hate carries even to this day.
Wow.
They made it personal.
They made it personal, baby.
Clyde the Glide says we're the two best in the game, but I'm not getting into a war of words with Mike.
Clyde was a threat. You know, I'm not saying he wasn't a threat, but me being compared to him, I took offense
That's
to that.
crazy, bro. Clyde Drexler, one of the greatest of all time. And MJ still took it personal to be compared to him.
Here come the second.
That was his mindset. No one was on his level.
Third one.
And Michael Jordan wasn't a prolific three-point shooter, yet after that comment, he tied the NBA Finals record for most three-point shots made in a half. It's crazy. Shows that he had it in his arsenal,
I'm killing this dude.
but he was mainly a mid-range expert.
This was back in '93. The Bullets were terrible. Bradford Smith was their draft pick. But this is what I always say, you never know. It could be your night. You never know. This night is Bradford Smith's night.
Bradford Smith left wing drains him. Bradford Smith came off the screen from 16. Wow. Baseline. Smith has hit everything else from there. One and another one.
Bradford Smith was cooking them.
Game. I mean, he had a game of games.
Inside Jordan posted up against Smith.
And for whatever reason, Michael couldn't make a basket.
Spins in the lane. Couldn't get it. Bradford Smith.
Michael hits him on the body, and he nails it. Smith, he has really got that touch going.
No, we're not talking about that guy. We're talking about LeBradford Smith.
In Chicago, LeBradford Smith scores 37 points against Michael Jordan.
Wow.
He said that LeBradford Smith, walking out of the gym, had said, "Nice game, Mike."
Ooh, you would have definitely taken that personal.
It's going to go down well.
The next night, they play in Washington.
We played him on a back-to-back. I never forget it. So we're flying to Washington. He said, tomorrow in the first half, I'm going to have what this kid had in the game. I never seen a man go after another player.
He was possessed, bro. He targeted that guy.
Jordan scores 36 in the first
That's
half.
crazy, man. It's crazy.
He took such
He's the
umbrage
GOAT, bro.
at a guy saying, "Nice game, Mike," that he torched and humiliated him.
Imagine just for saying nice game, Mike, you get absolutely cooked.
And they gave it to Charles Barkley. But with that said, okay, fine, you can have that. I'm gonna get this.
He was not happy losing out on the MVP in 1993.
I knew that Jerry Krause loved Dan Marley. And just because Krause liked him was enough for me. You think he's a great defensive player? Okay, fine. I'm gonna show you that he's not.
That's crazy.
I put it in my mindset that if I don't do this, then they're gonna consider him on the same level as me. And that motivated me to attack.
Just because his manager liked a player, he was going to show him that he's just not even close to being on the same level. Dan Marley was a good defender for the Phoenix Suns, but clearly not on Michael Jordan's level. That was evident. Sorry, this is very, very old footage, so it might look like it's filmed on a potato, but does the trick. Does the trick. Man, he had a bag, bro. He had a bag. Horace Grant, former Chicago Bulls player.
One of Michael's lowest points is when they came back and they didn't win. He hated the fact that Horace was on the other team when they beat him. That's what he took to heart.
After the season, usually there's a time period where Michael takes some time off. The night they lost to Orlando,
Not this time.
I said, Michael, you know, I'm about to get out of here. Let me know when you want me to see you, because I'll see you tomorrow.
If you know MJ, as I do very well, only thing he was doing during the summer, having Orlando Magic on his mind. That's all. We didn't have a chance.
Shot clock at 5. Jordan with the pull-up. Yes.
Bro, that shot is so iconic. That pull-up from mid-range is just so iconic.
The Bulls have swept the Magic. Jordan finishes with 45 points. The Bulls do it 106.
That's crazy, man. The next series after they were beaten in the previous year.
George Karl's over on the other side, having dinner. Hey, there's George Karl over there. And George Karl does not come over and speak to him.
He walked right past me. Man, look at Mossy. Really? Oh, so that's how you gonna play it?
You know, he just kind of went by, and I went, uh-oh, should have never done that.
I said, it's a crock of shit. You know, we went to Carolina. You know Dean Smith. You know, I see him in the summer. We play golf. You gonna do this? Okay, fine. That's all I needed. That's all I needed for him to do that. And it became personal with me.
Became personal, baby. Gonna teach them a lesson. You often saw this in the NBA these days where, those days, they were friendly to each other away from the court, but come the important games, these guys used to ignore each other.
What's the biggest motivating factor going into that series for you?
Karl Malone get MVP.
Congratulations, Karl Malone, 1996-97 NBA Most Valuable Player.
I think that was the first of his 2 MVPs.
Malone was the most valuable player that year, so here was added motivation for Michael, right? He thought he should have been the MVP.
So we knew immediately where this was going.
I'm not saying he wasn't deserving of it. All I'm saying is that fueled the fire in me and said, okay, you think he's the MVP? Okay, fine, no problem.
9 and 2/10 seconds to go.
It's crazy how even these great players, they sometimes just need that spark to ignite some motivation in these big games.
Against Russell, Michael hangs, fires, score! Knocked it in, Bulls win! He knocked it in at the buzzer, Bulls win! How many times has he done that?
So many times, baby.
Against Armstrong. Armstrong backs up.
I think Utah were in 2 consecutive NBA finals, beaten by the Bulls in those late 90s, 97, 98.
BJ kind of forgot, what drives us. He woke us up if we were in a sleep, and we've been able to capitalize on that.
It shocked the Bulls 78-76 in Chicago to even that best-of-7 series at 1. And it was a former Bull, B.J. Armstrong, whose jumper with 18 ticks left sealed the win for Charlotte. After the reaction.
Let's see if all that trash talking starts when it's 0-0 instead of 5-6 point lead. That's where it starts.
BJ hitting that shot and staring the whole bench down and whatnot, it just didn't sit well with Michael. And we knew we have woke Michael Jordan up.
Why would you do that in these days? I understand the competitive spirit, but why wake Michael Jordan up, bro?
After me in the rest of the series, especially that next game.
Armstrong, top of the circle. Michael all over him. Armstrong nowhere to go.
That's crazy, man.
Over Armstrong, he knew he had him. So the Hornets take Armstrong off of Jordan momentarily.
B.J. Armstrong tonight only 2 points on 1 of 7 shooting.
If I had to pick a team that gave us the toughest time in the East, Indiana was probably the toughest outside of Detroit. They were tough. Every time I go in that fucking game and come out, I got a new scratch. It became personal with me.
For Michael Jordan,
of course it did. Of course it did.
Series, it's just his 3rd Game 7. But MJ offers assurances that the dynasty will not end here tonight.
We're gonna win Game 7.
Reggie running off screens, but it's Smits with a quick turnaround and miss. Dale Davis can't hit the tip. Longley has it, protects the ball, and on to the finals. For the sixth
What an important win. Can you imagine if they lost that to the Pacers?
Yeah, Brian Russell. When I was playing baseball, Utah was in town to play the Bulls. They're practicing at the facility. I go over to say hello to John and Carl. And this kid, Brian Russell, comes up to me and said, man, why you quit? Why you quit? Man, you knew I could guard your ass. I couldn't, you had to quit. I said, Carl, you need to talk to this dude, man. Nah, he's just a young rookie. But from that point on, he's been on my list.
Once you get added to the list, man.
What about the last shot you ever took as a member of the Chicago Bulls? The last shot.
What was that shot?
Game 6.
Utah.
The Bulls can win it right here.
Pretending he doesn't remember the last shot. Come on, bro. This is one of the most iconic shots in basketball.
I practice as if I'm playing in a game. So when the moment comes in the game, it's not new to me.
Muscle reflex.
That's the beauty of the game of basketball. That's the reason why you practice. That's the effort. So when you get to that moment, you don't have to think. Instinctively, things happen.
There was a little bit of controversy regarding whether or not that was a push or not. But there wasn't enough contact to make that a push. Not at all, man. Wow, guys. It is always awesome watching the great Michael Jordan. In my opinion, the greatest of all time by some distance. You know, his whole I took it personal comments in this series, The Last Dance, became quite a meme, but it is interesting to acknowledge the mindset that it takes to be such a winner. Always appreciate watching these type of videos, and we'll definitely watch more in the future. That is all we have for you today, folks. If you did enjoy this video, please remember to like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. It will help the channel. But until next time, I hope you have a good one. Cheers.